to apologize to Your Majesty for my poor judgment when, in spite of your clear advice to the contrary, I stubbornly and wrongly supported a man who I thought, being a living man, would respect the tradition, the custom, the energy, the brilliance, the creativity, and the respect of tradition by any loving living man and indeed any educated man. When I presented the party against your advance, I have lived this game for all of 8 years. And tonight I am pleased to say that era has gone to an end. I apologize. I didn't that.
You know you talk. You know, I said I won't say so much here. I told them, and I'm trying to restrain myself because anything that will bring any difficulty for my son and my family because I want to avoid it. But I have to correct it when you say against my advice. I never said anything against your battle when you brought him. You will recall, this one is your witness when you came to introduce it to me. You talked about to do much against my father's choice, which you shredded to pieces. And you went on, you shredded to pieces because
now that the election is over, it's okay for us to begin to look back at some of these things. And again, Adams Oshiomole not going to stop dragging the palace of the Oba Benin into unnecessary vile talk. Somebody may have to tell him to stop, right? Conversations like he had in the palace after Anek declared Mondokbewolo the winner of the Goba election, that the Oba had to quickly correct. It's enough reason for some of us to say, okay, we didn't talk about it during the electionary because it was believed, it was embarrassing to say that there was an issue between the state governor and then the Oba. It's not possible for that to have happened in the first place. That's my personal opinion because it wasn't the Oba of Benin is not the Oba of the Benin city. It's the Oba of Benin, the Benin Empire and the Benin people. It means that all persons, all descendants, all origins, all external territories, as far as the Benin Republic or the Haiti and every other environment, society, nation where the Benin culture, the Benin people, the Benin custom, the Benin empire, the Benin blood has traveled into. That is who the Oba. Just like the king of England, for example, he is not the king of a territory alone here in England. He's the king of the British people and the king of the British colonies, the king of the British Islands. So it's a bigger. So to say a man who was a sitting governor, who was elected into power to come and to go, had issues with the Oba, was for me belittling that I didn't want to. But with people like Oshiomole, who continually drag, you should have seen the video, for example, where the Oba had to correct him. To say, for me, the words that the Oba was saying there, stop dragging me into this unnecessary conversation. You had no reason, for example, to have said in a public place like that the Oba rejected the choice that you brought to him. The Oba had to say, no, there was nothing like that. There was never a thing like that. Though my father had asked you about your SY deputy governor, and then you shredded him to pieces and he said, no, he did it. And this is what these guys have told a lot of these people angrily. They have communicated and has brought the Oba into several political drama that wasn't necessary. Like I said, the reverence and the honor I have for the Oba was so much that I could not look into having this conversation at all in the public places. It was because we are going to ask, so what exactly? So I'm going to sit here and midwife a conversation that will not lead to, so waiting the Oba do waiting. Nah, God forbid. But of course, people like Adams Oshiomole, the mouth licking and mouth engaging without brain thinking personality, and a lot of other political guys have used this conversation to win the election. Now look at it. It is time that somebody tells them to stop, because again, look, we are dragging the Oba into too much politics. We are dragging the Oba's palace into too much politics, that a time will come, it becomes a political reference point or a political conversation, a political decision, and if care is not taken, it becomes a political situation where in this last election we heard people say this is an Oba's candidate, and I said, what do you mean? What do you mean that this is an Oba's candidate? What do you mean that this is an Oba's party? That is the kind of conversation that people had, and I'm begging as a son of the soil, right? The elections are come and gone, but it's time that the palace stop conversations like this. I'm happy that the Oba Bini had to tell Adams Oshiomole right there in his eyes before cameras that did not happen. So all these lies you have been peddling from one corner to another needs to stop. It needs to stop. And moving forward, I personally am proposing this, that we should stop having the Oba conversation in this political equation, because it's embarrassing. We are only dragging. See, this was how the Emma of Kanu, Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi, got into the conversations he was having, which was supposed to be for the general good of the people of Kanu, right, became a political conversation. People began to see him as of a political party against the sitting government. People began to see him as alluding, comforting, consolidating, complementing certain conversations that were political. And it led to the point where a governor had to suspend him and divided the emirate into 7 different councils. We are moving gradually. If we don't stop now, God forbid, God Almighty forbid, our ancestors forbid, that we'll get to that conversation. As a Benin man myself, who will never be in any way associate myself with such rubbish, I am begging at the palace of the Oba Benin, issues a statement moving forward that all conversations, whether public and private, about any involvement at all, whether it is beer parlor, whether it is share ignorance, whether there is anything related, because these guys have named, they are giving a name to the brand. In no distant time, that name given to it will be the same name that will be used to tame it. I beg. Oshiomole should leave the palace alone. Oshiomole should stop dragging the Oba's palace, the Oba Benin's palace into unnecessary politicking. Thank God you've got a government now, so that if you say you won the election for the palace, I hope when anything happens, you don't go back and say the palace stopped you from doing this. So that's more reason why some of us feel the disrespect it should be corrected at this moment. There should be a halting. There should be a stop to this conversation. The palace of the Oba Benin is not a political one and should not be used to play any form of politics. It's unfortunate we have gotten this far. It's unfortunate, but it's time to stop. It is not yet too late to say stop it. All conversation, all work, allow politicians to be politicians, and let the king be the father that he is. Not just the father of the city or the state, the father of the Edo people worldwide. So that together, do not put ourselves in a situation where tomorrow we're asking how we got here actually. Have a nice time.